Hey students, Mark Ferrier here. This video is going to go over the interview What is Literature? Or What Does Literature Mean assignment. So for this assignment, what we're actually going to do is you're going to go out into the field and choose someone to interview and ask them questions about literature and apply, you're going to write a reflection where you apply what they wrote to what you know about literature and start thinking about those alignments or misalignments critically. So for the overview portion, what this here says is that you want to start deepening your understanding of literature, engaging with diverse perspectives, and you want to conduct an interview. You get to choose anyone you want. You're going to explore their views and think about the meaning and purpose of literature from their personal perspective, meaning you need to ask them questions about their personal perspective. All right, so here's some things that you're going to need to, what the assignment is aiming for, the learning outcomes. Note, the person you interview, they don't have to be an expert or professional in literature, but they should be someone who you can talk to about literature, who's going to respond with some level of detail that'll be useful for you to integrate into your own discussion about this question about literature. All right, so choose someone that you think could fit that description. So first, you're going to choose that person. Then, right, it could be family member, friend, teacher, author, anyone you've got that you know that has a relationship with literature. And then, once you've selected that person, you want to develop, obviously you want to contact them, ask them if they're willing to do a recorded interview, okay? You're going to develop a list of 10 thoughtful questions that will guide your interview. I don't need this list necessarily, but this will help you in your interview process, or a list of questions that you want to ask them. Now, I wrote some right here that are just sort of, and I put some here that are just sort of things to think about, potential questions to ask. You can use these, modify them, add to them, take off, use some of your own. Use this as kind of a guide or a resource to get you started. Those are questions you can ask. Now, you do want to record and transcribe this video. So first off, before you even conduct the interview, and when you ask the person if they're willing to do it, make sure you get their permission to be recorded also. You're not going to post a recording, but you do want to tell them you're going to post for our class a transcript of that recording. Okay? So decide on what software you want to use for recording and transcribing. You've got lots of options. Some of you might have this down pat. Some of you might need a little more guidance here. So most students typically use their phone, either record using one of the apps on their Apple or Android phone to record an interview. You can choose other options that are available to you. Here's a link to our SEU CTI if you need some technical help. I put that there just in case you have absolutely no clue how to get started with recording an interview. Now for transcription, typically students use one of these three options. Microsoft Word 365, Google Docs has a transcription option, Otter AI. This one is probably the most popular because SEU students already have access to this. You just need to sign up with your SEU email account and use Otter AI. And then that'll give you all the advanced features. All right, these are all free, so you shouldn't have to pay anything. If you run into a paywall issue, you can email me and ask me about it, but I do just need that transcript. All right, that's what you're going to post, not the recording, but the transcript of the recording. So there, again, there's other options. You can call CTI if you need help, but that's those are options there for recording and transcribing. All right, so now you've made your plan. You know who you're going to interview. You know how you're going to record them. I recommend you test and try it out before. Then you know you're going to need to submit a transcription. Now, for the interview itself, you're going to arrange a time and place where you can have that focused and uninterrupted conversation. You're going to need to record and transcribe. Again, make sure you get that permission. Be respectful and attentive to your interviewee and let them fully express their thoughts and experience. If they go on a little bit, that's okay. You can kind of, you don't really need to edit the transcript, but just allow them to sort of feel comfortable with you telling them, because these can be very personal things people might be relating about literature and their own experience. Once you have that interview, you are then going to write a reflection paper. Just needs to be 5 paragraphs. So take paper loosely. It'll be, think about it as a 5-paragraph post, all right, that addresses the following. So here are 5 things that I want you to address. If you wanted to, you could just write a 1-paragraph response to each of these, and that would be your 5 paragraphs. But what you want to do is think about how do their perspectives align or differ from your own, and think about this in context from our literature course. Analyze that person's views in the context of the literary theories and concepts we've studied so far. Think critically about how their responses enhance or challenge your own understanding of literature. So this falls in with what you're learning in the class through the presentations, the readings, especially the nonfiction readings when it comes to theory. They don't have to have read the same things that you have, but start thinking about intersections here. Also, be sure to include a summary of the interview and then critically analyze their responses. How do they align with literary theory's course concepts? Discuss the broader implications. All right, so here you might have done something in detail. Start thinking about how does this fit in with what you understand to be the meaning and purpose of literature. All right, so this is where you kind of take a step back or look at it more broadly. And then I want you to close with a brief paragraph on what you learned from this interview. How has it influenced your understanding of literature and its role in society, if at all, or if it hasn't, what does it make you think about otherwise? All right. So that is the 5 paragraphs there that you can write for the reflection paper after you've done that interview. Importantly here, what I want you to post is a copy of your reflection that when you hit reply in here, go ahead and, when it goes down, copy and paste in this text box your reflection, all right, the 5-paragraph reflection, and then attach a Microsoft Word file or PDF file of the interview itself, the transcript of that interview. All right, so that's what this is saying. In the reflection, copy and paste in the text box your response, those 5 paragraphs, and then upload a PDF or Word document of the transcription so I can take a look at that. All right, so that goes over what you have to do for the interview assignment. If you have questions about that or anything else, let me know.